Hi, welcome to the session on strategic thinking. So let's start the session by playing chess. Now you might be wondering what has got strategic thinking to do with chess, but we'll try and understand what is it got to do. So I'm going to show you a board in the next slide. There are three moves. The white has three moves, and in three moves he has to win. So here's the board that I'm going to show. So these are the present situation on the board. Uh, I would like you all to play. I am going to play the white. I want you all to play the black. Try it out. This is my first move. Okay. I'm going to give you all some time. Think about it. Try making your moves. But let me see what happens. Okay. Try it out. Remember, white has only three moves to win. Try it out. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. Let's take the black moves now. This is the first black move. Now remember that black is also playing to win. And now what has black done is that he has strengthened the E column. You look at the king, the queen and the rook, it is in the same column. So he thinks that he's in a very strong position. The second white move is that he moves the queen to C7. Now, as I said that the black is also playing to win, what the black plays is this move. Now what black has done he has pinned the white rook. Pinned means now the white rook cannot move from this place because the moment it moves there is a check and probably a mate. So he can't move that. So now black thinks that he's in a very strong position. But here's what. Checkmate. Three moves and white has won. Now what are you getting? What do you think is the purpose of playing chess with you starting? Okay, if you really understand that chess is a war game and it has come from the word strategy comes from the war. Okay, when a powerful king knows how to strategically place his platoons or cavalries or whatever it may be, and that's how they win a war. Okay, so that's why the word comes from the strategy word comes from war. So let us look at what does strategy really mean to you. What I want you to do is I want you to type out what does strategy mean to you. Some definition of strategy. What do you define strategy as? Go and check it, type out in the chat box below, uh, and I will read your comments for sure. Okay. So here's the definition of dictionary meaning of the word strategy. Strategy is a well-crafted, meticulously designed plan to reach a goal or an objective. Now you might be wondering if it's the same definition of a plan, right? Now the next question that I would ask you is how and when do you know that your strategies are good or bad? Obviously, when you have achieved your goals, that's the only time when you will really know whether what strategy you have taken up is good or bad. Am I right? What if I give you a session today by which you can design a strategy which will take you to your goal for sure? Interested? I all want to thank you. You all should thank Marcia Steele for this because this session is inspired from Marcia Steele. These are her concepts. Okay, so let's go further. So let's go and look at how to create a strategy so that we can win every time. What is the difference between strategy and a plan? How do you know when to use strategy and when to use plan? Any idea? You can type out your ideas in the chat box below. So here's the idea. In any given situation, the more unknowns you have, that's when you will use strategy. The more knowns you have, you will create a plan. So to give you an example of strategy and plan, see if I have to go from one place from my city. So let's take from my city from place A to place B. there are definitely more knowns in that area. So I'm going to make a plan. How do I reach from place A to place B, right? But if I have to create a plan for bringing the mission, vision, and the values of an organization to fruition, then there are more unknowns. That is when we create a strategy. I hope you're getting the difference between a plan and a strategy. So we all spoke about strategy. Many of you have heard about strategic planning. Some may have been involved in strategic planning also. The question is, how many how many of you do you know what is strategic thinking? So let's look at what is strategic thinking. Strategic thinking is thinking about the future of your present actions. I'm going to say it again. Strategic thinking is thinking about the future of your present actions. So, whatever actions am I going to take now, what is the future of that? That's what is strategic thinking. Is it different? Okay. So, what I started with, now we'll understand why we started with the game of chess. Remember, the white was clear about the G7 position, which was a strategic position, and all his moves was to clear that line number 7, so that he can approach. He knew that the pawn which was in F6 is placed very strategically, and he wanted to use. Now, many might think that pawn is a very piddly little item in the chessboard, but when placed in a strategic position, it can have tremendous power. I hope you're getting why we started with playing chess.